Welcome, and thank you for joining me this week for the next installment of The Vault, Stan Hywet Hall Revealed. I'm sitting at the breakfast room in the Manor House at Stan Hywet Hall and Gardens, and I picked this room this week because I'm going to talk about a memory that Fred Seiberling gave in an oral history where he talked about the visit of former President William Howard Taft in November of 1920. The former president was probably one of Stan Hywet's most prominent guests to ever stay here at Stan Hywet Hall. He was traveling around the country at that time in support of the United States joining the League of Nations. After World War I, this was a hot-button political issue, whether the United States should become involved in international affairs or we should kind of isolate ourselves. And President Taft believed very strongly that we should become a member of the League of Nations. He spoke at the Akron Armory on November 29th, 1920, and during his time in Akron stayed here at Stan Hywet Hall. Fred's oral history recounts this very humorous story of President Taft coming down to eat breakfast here in the breakfast room, and I'll read his words at this point. So when he came into the breakfast room, he looked at the rather spindly breakfast room chairs and chuckling said, "If I sit on that chair, it is going to collapse." He thereupon took 2 chairs and placed them together and used them to sit on. For breakfast, he ate a dish of prunes, a glass of orange juice, a dish of oatmeal, 6 fried eggs with bacon, a number of pieces of toast, and several cups of coffee. His enormous frame no doubt required all of this fuel, but he alone ate more than all the rest gathered at the breakfast table. Many of you might already know that President Taft was our largest president. That's his claim to fame among all of the presidents of the United States. He weighed around 380 pounds, so a very large man, especially at this time in America when people of that large stature were not as common as maybe they are today. So it's interesting that the Seiberling children were kind of quite captivated with President Taft's size and very interested in seeing all the food that he consumed at the breakfast table. So thank you so much for tuning in this week, and please join me again next week for another installment of The Vault.